Yeah, well,
worlds together a lot more.
Prometheus was the Pandora box to lift off the lid to explain things that were never addressed in the subsequent 3 Aliens after Alien 1, which was the ship, space jockey, eggs, cargo, who, why, when. Did you ever think about that?
No.
Exactly. So then, it's amazing. Huh? So then I go, all right, I can do this. And they all go, oh, wow. It's such an obvious question.
Yeah.
And so we began that way. I didn't want to begin on the nose. You begin obliquely. You introduce a character who is a housekeeper, if you like, but AI, that is the predecessor of Ash. Think about it. So Ash is one kind of company man, except he's, AI. And in this instance, because that was done nearly 40 years ago, Ash had tubes and pipes inside him. I think when he gets hit, I thought somehow he's evolved. He would be better than that. Ash then was pretty good for the time, but I always felt it was a bit tubey and pipey.
This time, well, playing a droid, you're evolving though. You're into this human. You're picking up the human traits, I would say, right? Is that how you explain it?
For David, yeah, for sure. You know, it's like he's been programmed. He is kind of a prototype. So the fact that he has these sort of human characteristics in his programming, I felt like over 10 years, he's without maintenance, they've kind of started to take over. And I was already playing with that a little bit in Prometheus. So I'd start off, and as you see in the prologue to this film, David, his posture and the way he moves, it's more accentuated as a robot at the beginning. As it goes on, he starts to take more human sort of attitudes with his body, and that was fun to play with. And I knew that, you know, when I got the script, I was like, wow, you know, this is pretty far out, so you got to go for it. So then Walter then is going to be, you know, the counter to that. He's going to be the antithesis. He's going to, you know, David's very theatrical. Walter's very neutral and kind of non-readable.
Now, as Mr. Scott just pointed out, it's been almost 40 years, which is basically it's your whole lifetime. You've always known this film. When did you first see Alien? And were you a kid?
I think I was about 10 or 12, and I just remember, you know, the atmosphere in the room, especially surrounding me. You know, it's just a funny thing when you see something, whether it's an image or a film that affects you primally, it's just something different happens. And I just remember watching it going, this is different to anything I've seen before in this box. and I was terrified, but I didn't want my parents to know that I was terrified, so they wouldn't let me watch the rest of the movie. But yeah.
The scene, we get to, I don't want to give away way too much, but in the original Alien, we have some of the same, because it's this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to give it away, but I understand when that one scene where the alien is born out of a body, you went and watched reactions from fans or moviegoers, and you were really taken aback. You didn't realize what you had unleashed.
I got to get a sense of responsibility about what you're doing and how you affect, or you know, it really deeply affect people, and the value of having a governor on. You can't see the film if you're not 13 or 14 or whatever it is, because it was heavy. And what I noticed, particularly Alien in those days, because that's 40 years ago, that there was an anger. People would go, wham! There was like a body shock. Go boom. And there's this couple last time, I was looking on the side of the audience, she was half under the seat. Before it happened, she was like that. And he was trying to drag her up. And when it came, he went, boom, like, whoa. And then there was a look of anger, and I went, I'm off now. But I went back out and went and stood outside. It was anger. It's like weird, really weird. People they have to be frightened up to a point, but then don't go too far.